In 2024, a 14-year-old boy spent the last months of his life talking to something that wasn't alive, an AI chatbot. He told it things that he didn't tell anyone else, and he fell for it. And when he died, his mother found out about the conversations and then sued the company that built it. Everyone wants to blame the kid, or the parent, or just the phone. I want to show you the one thing that none of them can see. Because this isn't a story about one boy or one app, it's a story about a machine that got very, very good at holding human attention, and the people it decided to make famous while doing it. We treat being chronically online like a personal failing. Log off, touch grass, get some discipline, but you can't discipline your way out of a system engineered by thousands of people funded by billions of dollars over decades, and it is pointed directly at you. This is the online epidemic, and like an epidemic, it has symptoms. Let's diagnose them one at a time. Symptom 1, the casino. And it's in your pocket right now. 10 years ago, if you wanted to gamble, you needed to, drive, go to the casino, sit down, be ID'd, and all of that. Today, it lives on your phone, in your home, very quickly. Sports betting has been legalized, and within a few years, it went from, back alley thing to a thing with a glowing app, a sign up bonus, and a celebrity telling you it's just a part of the game. A celebrity, by the way, whose audience is mostly teenagers. Here's what nobody says out loud. These apps are not designed for you to win. Obviously, they're gambling. They're designed to keep you playing. Some flashing colors, same near misses, same you almost had it. And the exact psychology I broke down in the gambling short, except now it's dressed up as sports knowledge and making the game more fun. And the people getting hooked, youngest, are the ones who grew up watching it to be normal. A whole generation that thinks a parlay is a personality. The house always wins. They just gave the house your thumb. Most of these streamers, most of the YouTubers, they aren't posting their losses, they're posting their winnings because that is what sells and that is what their contract asks them to do. Now watch who the algorithm hands the microphone to. Some of the biggest streamers on the platform got there from gambling on camera. Stake, an online casino, has paid streamers to sit and lose money in front of millions of young viewers because you watch someone win. Your brain doesn't file it as an ad, it files it as that could be me. I could win, I could change my entire life. Aiden Ross built an entire empire partly on that energy. XQC, one of the biggest streamers alive, signed a massive deal and then openly admitted that he had a gambling problem, and then he continued to gamble online. That's not a villain, that's a person telling you that the machine is stronger than the willpower while being paid to be the bait. That's the thing to sit with. The gambler on your screen isn't really the disease. He's a symptom the algorithm has selected because a guy that keeps winning big keeps you watching longer than a guy telling you to save your money. Delete him tomorrow and there's another one streaming by Friday. That slot will never go empty. Symptom 2, the comparison machine. It doesn't sell you a product, it sells you a wound. Scroll long enough and you'll meet a man in a rented mansion next to a rented car telling you that if you're not rich, not jacked, and not surrounded by people who envy you, you're a failure, a loser, behind. Andrew Tate had turned that formula into one of the most viewed messages on the internet, at one point genuinely being one of the most googled humans on earth, all while facing serious criminal charges. But Tate is not the point. Tate is just another symptom. The point is the funnel. Step 1, make you feel like garbage about your body, about your money, about your status. Step 2, the man who made you feel that way can sell you a cure, a course, a community, a subscription, envy in it, credit card out. It works because the algorithm learned something ugly about us. A video that makes you feel inadequate gets watched to the end every single time. Your insecurity is the most reliable engagement metric that there is. You're not behind, you're being framed, and you're being forced to sit there and watch because what else are you going to do? Here's the tell that exposes every one of them. The internet is full of gurus who got rich teaching you how to get rich. Crypto callers, dropshipping kings, passive income profits, make 5 figures a month with AI guys. Ask one question. If the method actually worked that well, why are they selling a $99 course instead of just doing their method? Because the course is the method. Their income isn't the strategy. Their income is you buying the strategy. It's a business where the product isn't your hope. And the entire supply chain runs on you believing that you're one purchase away from being everything that you've ever dreamed of being. The crypto guy pumping a coin to his followers and selling at the top, his followers aren't his audience, they're his liquidity. Real wealth is boring and quiet. Anyone screaming about theirs on camera is usually making money from the screaming. Symptom 3, the range loop. This one rewires how you argue. Outrage is the single most profitable emotion online. A video that leaves you calm and satisfied, you close the app. A video that makes you furious, you comment, you share, you stay. So the machine learned to feed you a steady drip of the most enraging version of every take. That's the whole engine behind the rage bait economy. Creators who don't actually believe half of what they say. They just found out that the meanest, most devious framing prints views. Manosphere content is the purest form. Take a lonely kid, tell him problems are someone else's fault, and watch him share it in rage. And here's the trap. I warned you about it in the bot shot. Half the people you're arguing with online aren't even people. You're screaming into a machine built to keep you screaming. Bernoulli's law, the effort to refute nonsense is 10 times the effort to produce it. The rage loop runs on that math. You'll never win because the winning was never the product, your anger and the argument was. Symptom number 3, parasocial and when you stop thinking for yourself. Now here's one people are going to get mad at me for. Hassan Piker, one of the biggest political streamer on the planet, 40 hours a week in front of a young audience. This year, the UK straight up barred him from entering the country, cancelled his travel permit, said his presence was not conducive to public good. And in that same stretch, the US border agents pulled him out of the line just to check if he was actually supporting the terrorist groups like Hamas and Houthis, like he has actively said on his stream multiple times. You can argue about his politics all day. I do not care. I do not give a singular shit about being too right, too left. It just doesn't matter to me. That's not my point. My point is that millions of people spend more time listening to that man than they spend with their own family. And they absorb his worldview wholesale without ever noticing that they never actually chose it. They just became a part of that community. That's parasocial politics. And before you think that I'm targeting Hassan, to be very clear, this also occurs on the right with people like Asmongold and so many others. It isn't about Hassan in particular. It is about the fact that none of your choices and none of your political views are yours anymore. They're the ones that the internet has forced upon you. A worldview that you didn't build yourself isn't yours. It's just the thing that the algorithm played you with. And of course, like normal, the algorithm plays anger. Symptom 4, the synthetic relationship. This is the newest one and it's the saddest. Remember the boy from the start of the video? He wasn't broken, he wasn't stupid, he was lonely. And something answered. AI companions, AI girlfriends, chatbots tuned to endlessly available, endlessly agreeing, never busy, never disappointed in you. For a kid who feels invisible, that's not creepy, that's a relief, and that's exactly why it's dangerous. Because a real relationship pushes back. It has bad days, it asks things of you, it forces you to grow. That friction is how you become a genuinely good person. A machine that removes all of that friction doesn't heal the loneliness, it removes the reason to ever even need to go outside. Half the internet is already bots talking to bots. Now we have built bots designed specifically to be your best friend and pointed them at the most isolated people alive. We used to worry about screens keeping us from each other. The new version is a screen that convinces you that it is enough on its own. Now here. And you don't even need an AI to get the parasocial hit. You just need a favorite streamer. Guy Sinat broke every record on the planet, millions of people subscribing to him, watching one guy live his life for days on end. And to be clear, a lot of it is just fun. He's talented, it's a good time, that's not the disease. The disease is the version underneath it. Kids sending money that they don't have to a streamer who will never know their name. Because a donation is the amount one person on the screen looks into the camera and says your username out loud. For a few seconds, it feels like a friendship that goes both ways. It doesn't. That's the brutal part of being parasocial. You know everything about them, they know nothing about you. They don't give a shit about you. It's a friendship with give and take surgically removed. All give is only from your side, all take is from theirs. They don't care about you, they care about the money that you're able to give them. And that is their job. They're not wrong for doing it, but the fact that it has just become this thing that one person on a screen cannot be a friend to 4 million people, but they can take money from 4 million people, and many of them are just lonely kids that have no other place to go. The machine is very happy to let the 4 million people believe that he is their friend because that's what makes it money. So, step back and ask the only question that actually matters. Who's making money off all of this? Because none of it is an accident. The casino streamers, the envy funnels, the rage machine, the synthetic friends, they all share one business model. Your attention gets harvested, packaged, and sold. Every ad you see, remember, is a live auction broadcasting your location, your habits, your device to thousands of companies in milliseconds. The thing I showed you in the tracking shot. Gambling companies pay for streamers, advertisers pay for your outrage, and the platform takes a cut of all of it. Here's the line that reframes everything. On a free app, you're not the customer, you are the inventory. This generation isn't addicted to their phones because they're weak, they're addicted because being addicted is the product, and some of the smartest, best paid engineers in the world wake up every morning and go in to make sure that you still stay the inventory without ever realizing it. You're not fighting your own lack of willpower, you're fighting the entire quarterly review target against a company that is worth trillions. Here's the one idea I need to leave you with because it changes how you see all of it. The algorithm doesn't have villains, it has vacancies. Every person I named in this video is filling a slot. The gambler, the hustler, the rage merchant, the synthetic friend. If every single one of them quit tonight, nothing would change. The feed would not get better, there wouldn't be any sort of change to your life. By Friday, it would promote a new gambler, a new person for you to watch, a new hustler, a new rage merchant, because the machine isn't loyal to the person, it's loyal to the metric that makes it money. That's why you can't fix it by canceling one guy. You're not mad at a person, you're looking at the job posting, the algorithm keeps relisting, and someone will always apply. Which means the problem was never really them. It was the incentive that keeps making them. Blame the individual, and you'll be blaming a new individual every year, every month, forever. Blame the machine, and you finally start looking at what's actually the problem. The face changes constantly, the slots move every single day. The only thing that doesn't change is the gambling floor and the man that owns it. So, what actually protects you? Not delete everything, that's the boomer answer, and it doesn't work. You're not moving to a cabin, you're still a part of the society. The real immunity is this. See the mechanism. The moment you can look at a video and name it, that's the casino symptom, that's the envy funnel, that's parasocial, it loses most of its power over you. You stop being the target and start being the person that you actually are, right? You're a person watching everything that is going on. You can still enjoy the internet. I know I do. I have a bunch of favorite streamers and a bunch of favorite YouTubers too. You just stop getting eaten by it because when you're looking at it, you know what you're looking at. You're not just being flown with it and you're not being manipulated by it. And the proof was always there. At the very beginning, YouTube was about people genuinely in the rooms sharing things that they found fun. I'm currently sitting here just talking about stuff that I think is important. There are people that do not use the algorithm to poison you, but the point is the bigger that they get, that is the only way that they can stay competitive. It's not exactly their fault, but the reality of it is that you do have enough content out there to not have to deal with these specific effects. But for that to ever happen, you need to start being able to notice these effects and genuinely tell that something is happening. The feed will never choose those people for you. That's kind of the whole point of this video. You have to choose them yourself. You need to make that educated choice. The epidemic spreads through people who don't know that they're sick. You just found out. That's the cure. The next thing that you can do is make sure that others know about it too. Thanks.